Hey, what's going on? This is Andre from AndySanders.net. How long are you willing to stick it out until you blow up? And what I mean by blowing up is until you reach the success that you've been looking for. There really is so many different examples of this, and a good example was really what you see in the Olympics. You see it every 4 years, Summer Olympics, or even Winter Olympics, where you listen to the stories of how those athletes got there, and people would be like, okay, let's say if they medal, or even if let's say finish in the top 10, they're finishing like in the top 10 of the world. But the thing is, a lot of people always seem to forget as far as the work they had to do to get to that point. You see what I'm saying? It's like, okay, so they win a medal, they win, bronze, silver, gold. People might assume like, oh man, overnight success, or look at this person that came out of nowhere. You don't know all the years that they put in prior to even, for one, qualifying for the Olympics, and then again, just the medal. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, there's so many countless examples, and then this makes you wonder, like, how long are you willing to stick it out? A couple of examples of people I'm following. One being Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher. Another one being Robert Kiyosaki. Now, about a few months ago, I was watching Gary Vaynerchuk interview Eric Thomas, and I think there was a video that Eric Thomas had like over a decade ago, as far as he was talking about the guru, and just so happened that somebody was videotaping him because he was talking to these students that were in college, and they were basically about to fail out, and he basically told Gary Vaynerchuk that he was going off on them as far as like, hey, you gotta just basically implying, you gotta step your game up. And like again, that video just went viral. And, the rest is history as far as who the hip hop preacher is. But the thing when he mentioned to Gary was, he's like, I was doing this since the early 1990s. So you got to think, for over a decade and a half, he was already doing public speaking. That's my point. He was already doing public speaking to help transform people to get the best of themselves. And then all of a sudden, just took one video, and then people were assuming, oh man, he's overnight success. And it's kind of funny because I remember watching, the Guru story a lot, pretty much like a year or two after graduating from college, myself on social media. I was like, who in the world is this guy? And it's just, yeah, of course, it's very motivating. As anytime you listen to how he speaks. And the thing is, like I said, all those years prior to him, get recognized, are you willing to stick it out? That's my point. Kiyosaki, known for the Rich Dad company, but the thing is, him and his wife Kib were already educating people on financial education well before they were even multimillionaires. They were doing this when they first met each other in the mid 1980s, when they were homeless. They were still finding out the ways just to go and teach financial education, like different courses or whatever. And even when they became financially free in the mid 1990s, people didn't know about him until he got on Oprah, like earlier this century. And then next thing you know, oh, he's on overnight success. But like I just mentioned a few moments ago, the man was homeless at one point with his wife. They were below broke. They were I think, below poor, to be honest with you. But again, it comes down to, again, I just mentioned, how long are you willing to stick it out? Some people get back into join a different opportunity or any type of deal, whatever, to just really help improve themselves. They be like, oh, I get that try. They gave that a shot for 90 days, 6 months, a year. But again, this is some examples I just mentioned to you as far as literally years for people to get to their success. So that's the thing when it comes down to it. It comes down first and foremost to having a strong purpose. And I mentioned it so many times because getting on that purpose, it doesn't matter how long it takes. You're going to just make sure that it's done. So it's something that you have to look in the man, the woman, in the mirror as far as am I willing to stick it out till it's done, till that purpose is done, till your why is accomplished. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people they might say the right stuff, but are the actions really leading toward it? That's something only they can answer. So this is something I just want to leave you with that thought. And if you got value from what we shared here, I'd love to read your comments below. What I consider this video. With that being said, I will see you in the next video.